The 2019 Prep Bowl moves indoors to sun-splashed U.S. Bank Stadium, and we start the first of 14 over the next 3 days. The first of 4 today in the 9-man class. It's the undefeated Hancock Owls and the 10-1 Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers. That's next. 12-0 on the year. One of 2 undefeated teams left in 9-man. Mountain Lake area is the other. See them tomorrow. And Joe's toe jams this one forward, and the semifinals are underway. And a little bit of trickery here on the return, but no handoff on the play. And out across the 30-yard line is the quarterback on the return, Asher Zubich, who basically caught that and tried to run an option play off the kickoff.
If you saw any highlights of him last week, he can also hit the corner and go.
Zubich on the read option will keep it this time, goes up the middle, and he's got the first down, taken down by Isaac Nienhaus at the 49-yard line. Zubich from the shotgun, a little pitch play to Drake, who cuts it upfield, and he's going to drag a couple players for the first down as he's up to the 25. Finally brought down by Adam Shaw, the junior.
And they had trips on that side. Just a little pitch out on that one. Nice block to kick out the linebacker on the play. So you're going to have opportunities where you're going to see Drake in open space.
First and 10 at the 25. Same look, different direction, and Zubich got some space on the edge. He's got a first down and out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Boy, that play looks stopped up. And Zubich turns it into a gain of 15.
This is going to be an interesting fourth down play.
Seems like Drake country when you have a 205-pound running back. Hunter Weigel, the man in motion. They'll run the option to the left. Zubich cutting it up.
Fumble.
Lost the football, goes into the end zone, and who's fallen on it? Mountain Iron-Buhl's got it, and it's a touchdown. Dylan Drake actually came up with the recovery.
Well, let's see here. He decides to keep it right at that goal line. Great play by Hancock coming in there and trying to punch it away. I think it was Bryce Hacker, the junior, on that one who got his hand in there.
He will do every time. What a bizarre opening touchdown here at U.S. Bank Stadium. And Zubich wants to throw, guns it for the end zone, and that one's knocked away. And it will be 6-0 Mountain Iron-Buhl. Well, you don't have to go back very far. Only a decade where Hancock couldn't win a game, let alone get into the state tournament. So this is quite a story that they're here. And a lot of credit goes to the head coach, Chad Christensen. And they're going to throw on first down as a wide open man. Big space down the sideline. And this is Brandon Kellenberger, and he's forced out of bounds at the 22. Well, a quick hitter and Preston Roloff right on target, but there was nobody near Kellenberger.
Down the field was number 11, Luke Jose, as well. Just a beautiful run play, a little play action, and look at in front of him. One guy to beat, 2 blockers there.
This team has 4 different receivers with more than 20 receptions on the year. Now they go back to the ground for Timmerman, and he breaks a tackle, and he's bouncing off a couple more, fighting for yardage. And they finally have him stopped up about a yard short of that first down, but 2 very impressive offensive plays for the Owls.
If they can get a push on the offensive line.
Second down and goal, and this time the give is to Isaac Nienhaus, and he recovered the kickoff, and now he scores the touchdown. And just like that, Hancock answers back. That was an impressive response from the Owls.
Yeah, and you're going to see more fullback play here. So Nienhaus gets some great blocking in front. And there's really untouched. But what the impressive part is if you're ass on the outside, I got to give it to Mylander.
And they'll go for 2 to take the lead. Roll off, quick hitter into the end zone, and is knocked away. Good defensive play there that time. That was Aiden Bissonette.
Hancock at the 50 has got to be thinking, hey, this is another opportunity to probably put some points on the board.
Roll off out of the shotgun. Will pitch to Timmerman. On the edge, good pickup on first down. He's dragged out of bounds by Ryan Drake. 3rd and 17. Defense is gearing up here on drive number 2. Roll off to throw. He's got a man out on the outside. And trying to spin off the tackle is Daniel Mylander. He'll get a pretty good yardage, and now it's a makeable 4th down if you want to go for it if you're Hancock.
Well, credit Asher Zubich on that play. Watch the ability for this to go outside. It's a perfect hitch and a perfect way to go out. Look at that. He doesn't make that play. That's a first down plus.
Roll off from the shotgun. This time fakes the pitch and wants to go deep, and he had his man out there. And the pass is incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Jose again.
Beautiful play afterwards to make sure that you get Drake down to the ground.
So third down, Zubich yet to complete a pass, rolling to his right, throwing downfield. Nice catch on the sideline if it was one, and it is. Aiden Bissonette at the 48-yard line of Hancock. Chris Carter play along the sideline.
It's a rollout. Watch the pattern here, but we're going to get an opportunity to see the feet. Just a beautiful little play on the outside. What a beautiful catch. Official right there to make the correct call. He picks up 5 on the play.
Timmerman not built like Drake. He's only 5'10", about 163 pounds. But you saw him knock a player over. Here he spins off a tackle, and there's some green space in front of him. And he'll be run down out of bounds by Bissonette across midfield. Well, what a run by Tyler Timmerman.
Yeah, Timmerman right now, I love the fact that he cut it back right here. He got the block that he needed on the outside from Mylander, and then it was just a foot race between a Ranger and an Owl, and right there, Timmerman did a great job getting the big play for the Hancock offense. Great tackle to save a score.
Now a handoff on this play. This is Jed Fitchenberger, number 27. Third leading rusher on this team, and he goes up the middle for a big game. Play action, roll off to throw, over the top, into the end zone, touchdown! What a catch by Kellenberger. Looked like a little bit of a bobble, Chris, but he still caught it and maybe got both feet down.
And what I saw there, Charlie, was a quarterback again who settled. Beautiful plant, effortless. Look where he put it. Over the shoulder. The only place that you are taught as a quarterback is to give the wide receiver an opportunity. It's a bobble and a foot down.
On the two-point conversion, Timmerman out to the left, lost the ball going over the line, and he's got it back, and that's the second time that's happened today. Once on a touchdown, once on a two-point conversion, and it's 14-6. You won't see that 2 times in 10 years watching football. Balls fumbled over the line and recovered for scores.
U.S. Bank, some may call it one of the nicest stadiums in the country. There's no doubt from my mind that you're playing a first-class facility. And
Zubich hands off to Drake for the kick return, and he's got a gap. And Drake is down the sideline, and it looks like Hancock's lead won't last long. A straight sprint to the end zone for Dylan Drake. And now a two-point conversion can tie this thing back up for the Rangers.
Well, don't sleep on it, right? Watch the action here. It's a simple turn, the deception, it's a handoff. And what have they done? They've kept the ball a few times now. Watch Drake's speed. That's an angle right there where you think Gideon Jose is going to get him. And he takes off. We saw that last week. Can definitely hit the corner and go.
Does he have his breath back in here for the two-point conversion is the question. We're going to find out. He goes right up the middle and stumbles across the line, but that's all he needed to do. Ties the game at 14, and now he can try to catch his breath to get back out there on defense. And another low and slow kick. These are not onside kicks, but they have that element to them because if you bobble it, it's a problem. And now Timmerman trying to respond as he takes off down the sideline. Has a blocker, and he'll take it in. Drake versus Timmerman, round 2 here in the second quarter. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, what can you say right here? I mean, they squib it. It goes right through that second level. And watch, everybody conversions. Looks nice up to this point. And Timmerman says, hey, I just saw this about 30 seconds ago. Why don't I give a crack at it? Got a great block out front there, too, to spring him. But
it was Dalton Rose, who's his lead blocker on offense, providing the convoy down the sideline. And on the two-point conversion, they'll throw for it. And it's Kellenberger again, 22-14 Hancock. Some kind of game here to start the day, and we still got half the second quarter remaining, pardon me. No Dalton Rose on the field, leading tackler out for at least this play for Hancock. Another late pitch to the outside, and Jesh has the first down. And he's run out of bounds on the near side by Luke Jose.
Or do I go after him? Hard play, but it's a well-prepped play.
1st and 10, Drake right up the middle. And he will drag the crowd near the 40-yard line, and a flag comes in late from the back judge. Nobody's got plays for 3rd and 20. We'll see how much they go for here in 4-down territory. Zubich, how about all of it as he goes toward the end zone? It's picked off by Kellenberger at the 1-yard line. And the junior Brandon Kellenberger is having himself quite a morning/afternoon here at US Bank Stadium.
Yeah, beautiful job. Again, he plays the ball, does a nice job. When you have a 3-man rush, you're asked just to play a zone. And there was 2 guys right there, underthrown ball. Nice job stepping in front. Timmerman is either going to get the ball straight up the middle or they're going to take the shot.
And they are going to take the shot. Floated over the top, Kellenberger, and he would have been gone for, I'm guessing, what would have been a record pass play in the state playoffs.
And the 99 3/4 yard line to go for it.
A little more conservative on second down, but space there, and that time it was Feichenberger. And he nearly busted it loose as he's out near the 15, and we've got another Ranger down injured. More of a breather. That's what you'd have to hope for if you're the Rangers right now. Meantime, Roloff trying to take advantage, and he's got Daniel Mylander down the middle. It's a foot race. Mylander heading for the corner, and he will score. 85 yards for Hancock, and they have a 2-score lead.
Just a skinny post on that one, and this is a momentum play. Fake to nowhere. We talked about settling as a quarterback. Look at the throw. On target, hands in stride. And when Mylander, the senior, is in a foot race, he's going to win that a lot of times in 9-man football.
Meantime, Preston Roloff's had a big first half. He'll pitch this one to Timmerman. Good seal on the outside. 30-14 Hancock with 1:36 to go in the first half.
Great seal blocks. Not only did we have one, we had 2 seal blocks on the outside. But you're going to see the likes of Isaac Nienhaus straight back here and trying not to get anything deep.
Snap it with very little time on the clock. Zubich having to spin this way and that. Throws it downfield. That's complete. And they looked like they still had a second if they wanted to call timeout. And the time has run out here, but when he went down and they blew the whistle, looked like there was a second left on the clock. Only 2 rushing the quarterback. And they are trying to bring a late blitz. Zubich steps up and throws, and that ball is picked off again by Kellenberger, and now he can try to return it.
He's got blockers.
And they will corral him at the 45-yard line. 2 interceptions and a touchdown reception in that first half for Brandon Kellenberger. And boy, that was a scary-looking play if you're Mountain Iron-Buhl, and it's coming back at you on the final play of the half.
Yeah.
Great half of football if you're Hancock, leading by 16, and they get the ball to start the second half. We'll be back with more in a moment.
You get shot at kick out, those holes are there.
And they'll run it to the outside. Timmerman has the first down, bounces off a potential tackler inside the 30, cuts it back, and they won't bring him down. A 45-yard touchdown run for Timmerman, and Hancock gets that big early score.
Great job here. You're going to see downfield blocking, not only from the wide receivers here, but from your linemen. Again, he's just a pinball. He just bounces off. It was impressive right there that Dalton Rose was the initial blocker, and he just bounced with him.
Bissonnette was trying to bring him down to the end of that play by his wristband. If you're not going to get him by the ankles, you might not get him by the paraphernalia, as that one is airmailed, and so no 2-point conversion there. It's 36-14. And again, another short little pop-up kick. This one's going to sit down, and it's another scramble, and Hancock's got it this time. Well, they tried something a little different, and falling out at the end of the play is sophomore Toby Messner, number 19.
Throws it a little bit short. But what do you do after a turnover? Go deep. Like it.
Now they'll run it, and a big gap here once again. Timmerman cutting it upfield, a stiff arm, and the touchdown. 2 touchdown runs in a span of 16 seconds for Tyler Timmerman, and Hancock is running away with it here in the second half.
Well, Timmerman is running possessed a little bit here. Watch on the outside. He gets good blocking again, and Hancock is superior blocking today. Watch this. That's just a little, I got to get into this end zone here. But they're just getting run lanes right here and getting scores.
And they'll try the outside again. Timmerman looks up and sees a lot of white jerseys, and they will haul him out of bounds, as this time looked like it was Bissonnette who brought him out.
That out for positive yards.
Now here's Drake, and he can change a game in a hurry as he goes up the middle, chased down from behind by Adam Shaw. Keep in mind, before that first play for Mountain Iron-Buhl here in the second half, as we've got, looks like some injured players popping up. That was the first play they'd run, already 12 points on the board for Hancock in the second half. You couldn't have scripted a worse start if you're the Rangers. 4th and 2, ball to the 39. They give it to Drake. He'll have to fight for the yardage, and he won't get it. Nice stand by this Hancock defense. And we got more players who are down here. This time it's Colton Crowell who is down on the field. Drake was a little slow getting up as well.
This is the week, and then you have the next weekend, but that gap in between will be an interesting gap.
And you hope for a player like Crowell, who was in some serious discomfort, has a little more time to recover. And right now, Tyler Timmerman is taken over on the screen pass, and he's going to go.
He's a man possessed. Listen, right now, the best player on the field easily is Tyler Timmerman. It could be somebody different at a different time, but when he gets the ball, he's just making people miss on his own. Not a lot of blocking out in front. You can see it right there. Whoop, there's one, there's three. And right here, he's like, I'm just going to go in and score again. Tyler Timmerman right now is willing his way into the end zone.
And we said he didn't have an offensive touchdown in the first half. And he's owned the second half, and on the slant pattern, it's Mylander in the end zone. And right now, the body language for Mountain Iron-Buhl just looks like this can't get any worse. I mean, not even halfway through the third quarter, and all of a sudden, 20 points on the board unanswered. You've only run about 6 offensive plays.
Watch this. The outside linebacker jumps the route, and you'll see him right at the end there off screen. He just kind of puts his hands up, but just an easy slant play right there. I mean, that's the Caledonia area right down there in that corner of the state.
Yeah, don't get us started on Caledonia. They're here, of course. They'll play in the second game tomorrow, which will be a rematch of last year's 2A championship game, which was a great game between Barnesville and Caledonia. Mentioned the 2A field is the same 4 semifinalists, but every other class, you've got teams like a Hancock and like a Coon Rapids. And at the 6A level, you got Wayzata back up there after a couple of years. Champlin Park, of course, emerging this year after not being in the state semifinals for a couple of years. In this third quarter. And Zubich picking his way up the middle. This is good running. This is what we saw from him last week. What we saw from him early in the game. And then, of course, he took that big shot in the midsection. Not exactly sure what happened, but he was down on the field for quite some time. You're going to lose a couple of big seniors in Bissonette and Drake after this season, but they're built to last. And there's the pitch on the outside, and there's the touchdown. I've seen that play a number of times for the Rangers. Nicholas Yesh with the touchdown. They will go for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and everybody thought right there, this sprung. I mean, Gesh gets it on the outside, and that actually might go as a run. He commits, and then when he commits, he has Gesh for the touchdown.
Run pass option to the outside here, threw it into a big crowd, and it stays a 30-point game. 4-score lead no matter what.
If you're that western town of Hancock right now going into the Thanksgiving break. And on a nice strip.
And a fumble here, and there's a break for the Rangers, and it's Dylan Drake who takes it away, and they're going to have first down and 10 at the Hancock 29.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this. He just ripped it right out of their hands. Watch the play here. It looked like it was going to be, we talked about it needing a strip, and there it happened right there. They're not going to tackle low this fourth quarter. You're going to see everything high from Mountain Iron-Buhl.
Zubich, he's going to go deep this time, looking for Yesh in the end zone. If he got a foot down, that's a touchdown, but they're going to say incomplete. I'm not so sure. It looked like he might have gotten that left foot in.
Well, one guy with his hands up, but the guy who had the call was the line judge, and he went down here. We'll get a look at it. He did come up with a catch. But this side judge right here.
Oh, I would take another look at that one.
Watch right here. That's a score. His left foot comes down. Watch it again.
This might be the better angle. Is there any purple between that? Oh, boy. That's
goodness.
About as close as it can get. And with the black shoes not helping him any, I don't think.
I think what they're debating is if the toes are up. He has right there, that's a catch and a toe. Right there.
The play on the field has been changed to a catch and a touchdown.
Touchdown, Nicholas Yesh. What a catch. on the play as it goes good.
Wow, it comes down to inches on that one, so great job all the way to get the right call.
And Zubich try to keep it, and once again, it's still a 3-score game, even though he doesn't get this 2-point conversion. Now they're working on very slim margins because they've missed 2 straight 2-point conversions. They've got to get it all now. 4th and 8, so it's only 2 yards on that last play, and they're going to go for it. Flip it to the outside. Nienhausen makes the catch and has the first down. Slipped away from Zubich, and well, after 3 really tough plays, they go for it on 4th and get it.
They're all looking at the clock. Get the clock moving on the ground.
They give it to Timmerman and up the middle, and he breaks a couple of tackles, a couple more inside the 15, and they finally get him down at the 8-yard line.
My goodness. This is the play that you needed to start that drive with right here, and that's up the middle with 2-8. Watch how he runs. You can tuck that ball away a little bit. You see how it's out there? That's 3 angles where he should have been brought back.
It's a 6, as you can see. They run the play. Timmerman with a huge hole, and he may have just slammed the door here on this semifinal as he goes in for the touchdown again.
Tyler Timmerman untouched on this outside. Great block. And again, he goes in. 2-8 Tyler Timmerman has the blocking in front of him to thank, and I think there's a lot of people up there that would agree with that.
Nienhaus on the 2-point conversion. Timmerman not even on the field for the 2-point conversion. Nienhaus takes it right up the gut and in. 58-26. And play action on first down. Zubich throws it out. It's picked off. And walking it into the end zone is Luke Jose.
There's a flag now. This actually will be interesting.
Thrown back near where the pass took off from.
I think the only option, Charlie, is roughing the passer on this one.
On the return, we have a block in the back on Hancock. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the foul.
3rd interception today for Hancock. Here's the play. Pressure from Thompson, and that one is just walked into. And Thompson, it was almost roughing the passer. It turned into a block in the back because it was well after the catch.
Yeah.
That play clock run down, 7 seconds on it. 8:33 remaining in the game. Timmerman bounces to the outside, cuts it upfield, and he is corralled by Drake, who saves another touchdown at the 2-yard line.
That's great hustle by Dylan Drake. That kid is playing football all the way to the end, but watch the stop right here. It's going to happen right here. See that little cut? He has enough leverage.
Shown it today, even in what looks like it will be a defeat as they go up the middle with Dalton Rose, and the lead blocker gets some love as he takes it into the end zone.
Love the opportunity to spread the wealth. He does all the blocking today. Why not give it to Rose up the middle? Great little block there from his center, Adam Shaw, who's been doing a lot of pulling today.
There's not a lot of low-scoring games necessarily in 9-man, as that one's booted through. But they've only broken 50 once this year, right, and they were undefeated. I was going to say, with this scoreline, this is the kind of game where you'd say, all right, if we have some seniors that don't necessarily get in very much, play them now. But these 2 teams don't have that. All the seniors, all 9 seniors are key players. Olavanti, Bissonette, and Drake has been sitting for 4 years, and you want to get him in a football game right now. So it's the same guys that are going to finish this game. Zubich wants to throw deep. Goes deep, and he's got his man, and that's going to be a touchdown. And it looked like it might have been Yesh again as he goes deep, and Nienhaus is down there in coverage, came down, and you're going to wonder if he's just cramping up again.
He bit on that one. We'll take a peek here on the replay.
If anybody's ever cramped up, you know that you jump up and you come back down and you're cramping. And yeah, it just collapses. There's just nothing left there.
From dome, outside, really cold weather to back the inside.
That one is incomplete, intended for Drake on the 2-point conversion. That's not a knock on the field at Buffalo. It's one of the better football fields around the state, but it is cold
it's a knock
anywhere
on
you
the
go.
Weather.
The final, once again, 65-32. Hancock over Mountain Iron-Buhl. Stay tuned. We've got Painesville and Minneapolis North coming up in 2A. Chris is going to stick around. Logan Anderson will have the call for you. So for Chris, for now, I'm Charlie Beatty saying so long. Thanks for watching PrepSpotlight.tv as Hancock moving on to the Prep Bowl.